Well, who didn't see this coming? Daredevil's Disney Plus debut won't be as dark as his Netflix show. Shocking. I mean, really, who didn't see this coming? God, how I long for the days of being, excited for these movies and TV shows. But those days feel like they're so long gone. Daredevil fans have been clamoring about Matt Murdock ever since his reemergence in the MCU in Spider Man No Way Home, which was a great cameo. And following his suited Disney Plus debut in She Hulk Attorney at Law, theories have been flying about the character's new look, and castmates already praising actor Charlie Cox's work on the series portraying a fellow lawyer. Of all the fresh ideas She Hulk Attorney at Law is poised to bring to the MCU, one of the most interesting is the decision to dive into the superhuman legal world using a less serious tone than Daredevil. Is it really that interesting? I don't know about that. Amid the excitement over the return of Charlie Cox's Daredevil, there are still a few questions as to his new status in the MCU proper, with many wondering just how different the character will be going forward. During a conversation with Direct's Pamela Gores, Jessica Gao, series creator and head writer of Disney Plus's upcoming She-Hulk Attorney at Law, spoke about the approach taken with Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Sharing her excitement about working with Cox, Gao noted that the writing team was shocked that we were able to use him. Well, first of all, we were shocked that we were able to use him. Like, when we first heard that he was on the table, I mean, we couldn't believe it. We kept thinking, like, okay, at some point, someone's going to say, just kidding, like, it's a cruel joke, and you actually can't have him. And it just kept going and kept going. Yeah, it feels like a cruel joke to all of us. I mean, at least that's how I feel. All right, you tease bringing Daredevil back. You do bring Daredevil back, and then you're going to water him down. It's ridiculous. Gao also praised Cox's work and behavior, calling him a wonderful actor and a wonderful human being. And Charlie is so wonderful. He's so game to do whatever, and he's such a wonderful actor and a wonderful human being. What was so fun about bringing him and Daredevil into our world is that people have already seen a Daredevil who is very dramatic, a little bit on the heavy side, and very dark and brooding, which I want more of. I like that Daredevil. Asked specifically about Daredevil's characterization in She-Hulk, Gao talked about the fun of expressing a lighter side of the character. And it was so fun to be able to do, and we do this with every character cameo from the MCU, is we take them from the environment that you know them from, which is a much more dramatic and action-oriented role, much more on the serious side, and we bring them into our world, and they get to play in the tone of She-Hulk. And they got to explore, and we get to see a lighter side of that character. But when you do that, it just like I said, it waters them down. Like, look at what they did with Thor and Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Okay, they both made them. They started out as these tough, individuals, serious people, and then they turned them into fucking jokes. Thor and the Hulk are just one big punchline now. That's what they're turning these characters into, all for a little fucking joke. All right, I like comedy, of course I do, but but you're ruining these characters by just making everything a fucking joke. Beyond Gao's clear appreciation of Daredevil, her comments about the approach taken with the character are quite telling. It seems that for his reintroduction to the MCU, Daredevil may come off more than a tad bit less serious. This fits with what his fans have seen so far from She-Hulk, with an updated costume suggesting, at least literally, a more colorful take on the vigilante. However, this doesn't mean the character won't dip into his darker roots in future appearances. As Gao notes, She-Hulk lightens up the elements it pulls in from the wider MCU, focusing more on the humor that can be extracted from them. As such, Daredevil's lean towards the lighter side of things may be more indicative of the show itself than the character going forward. We'll see about that. Echo, the next project nobody cares about, will possibly offer the space to dip back into the darkness, with the series focusing on the titular character's violent past. Rumors have already suggested that not only will Daredevil be a significant part of the show, but also that he will be back in a red and black costume to boot. Additionally, the lightness may not emanate directly from the character himself. Spider-Man No Way Home, for instance, saw the character of Matt Murdock in a more humorous situation than fans are accustomed to seeing him in. I mean, was it really though? I mean, yeah, he caught the brick coming through the window, which was cool. That was awesome. And he made a little joke like, "Yeah, I'm a really good lawyer." Yeah, a blind guy just caught a brick coming through the window. I mean, it was not that over the top. I mean, he just kept playing it cool. That scene was fine for me. But I think I hope they don't go overboard with the humor and lightheartedness with him going forward. Even so, this humor was more of a result of the context of than the character himself, with Cox sticking to the deliberateness that made him such a fan favorite in the first place. She-Hulk may be looking to do something similar, placing Murdock in more absurd situations while still maintaining the character's sober manner, possibly even using that as another source of comedy. From Gao's comments, it seems that She-Hulk's less serious approach won't necessarily extend into the tone of Daredevil Born Again, though it will introduce a slightly lighter take on the vigilante. For fans sincerely worried about Daredevil's characterization in the MCU, it seems She-Hulk is the place to turn for a better sense of the character's future. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, it seems like everything that we've been kind of worried about is taking a character like Daredevil, bringing him into the broader MCU and Disney Plus now, and basically pussifying him, just making him a little bitch. They're gonna tone him down, water him down, be more kid friendly or family friendly, and I don't know. Like, I could see them doing something like this. I mean, with the way that everything has been going and how woke Disney is he gonna eventually be like lectured on his white privilege, the blind guy, but because he's he's a straight white male, so he gets lectured and preached upon on his white privilege. I mean, these things are so ridiculous, man, and I want to be excited about this. I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I want to see him come back and reprise the role. It sucks so bad that I can't get excited for these shows anymore. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think She-Hulk comes out in about a week. So I don't know. We'll wait and see what they do with Daredevil in that. But I don't have high hopes. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.